Jean-Paul Sartre once said, "We are condemned to be free. We don't choose where we are born or what world we inherit, but once we are here, we are responsible for what we make of it." In Cidade de Deus, based on Paulo Lund's book, Fernando Meirelles and Katia Lund bring this idea to life in one of the most vivid worlds ever put on screen. Within the violent reality of the favela, freedom becomes paradoxical, a possibility glimpsed through the bars of social determination. Careful, spoilers ahead.
Sou morador da favela. Também sou filho de Deus.
From the first chase, the film throws us into chaos. The chicken is more than an image. It's a metaphor for everyone in the city of God. Running, trapped, terrified, but still moving. Sartre will call this the tension between facticity, the conditions you can't escape, and transcendence, the freedom to imagine and choose something more. In Sartrean terms, the facticity of Buscapé, the main character, is heavy: poverty, violence, and the social gaze that defines him as marginal. Buscapé can't change where he's from. Meirelles and Lund make extremely creative filmmaking choices to express this determinism. The introduction of temporality through chapters makes us see that each circumstance is not random, but the result of a chain of events. As a consequence, the idea of causality is transmitted to us. Because of that, we grasp each action rarely as the result of free will, but rather determined by the context in which this choice is taken. However, Buscapé's consciousness, his pour soi, is not reducible to that world. Through his camera, he finds a way to define himself beyond it. He chooses a self that is not merely the sum of circumstances. When he picks up that camera instead of a gun, it's a quiet rebellion, a small luminous act of freedom. Zettel, on the other hand, lives in what Sartre called bad faith, the lie we tell ourselves that we have no choice. He believes the only way to survive is to kill, that the world made him this way. His freedom collapses into necessity. Like with many other characters caught in the vicious cycle of bad faith, they justify selfish choices as the result of somebody else's unfairness. This is manifested in every single death that happens in the film. They are all consequences of their inability to take responsibility. The film's aesthetic reinforces this bad faith through frenetic editing and subjective camera work. We are swept into Zettel's perspective, where choice disappears amid compulsive violence. Yet, Meirelles and Lund subtly expose the illusion of inevitability. Every time he pulls the trigger, Zettel proves Sartre right. He's choosing, even when he claims he can't. The tragedy is that he mistakes fear for fate. The film style mirrors this existential chaos. The dizzying cuts, the shifting timelines, the bursts of color and motion, they feel like the inside of a consciousness trying to make sense of a world. Time in City of God doesn't move straight. It circles, flashes back, replays itself. That's Sartre too. We are always rewriting our past through the choices we make now. The film's cyclical ending, where a new generation of children assume Zettel's throne, suggests a world condemned to repetition. But Buscapé's photographs, which circulate beyond the favela, insinuate a possibility of change. They rupture that cycle. They represent the act of self-transcendence, the moment when individual freedom challenges the narrative of determinism and projects a new meaning into the world. Buscapé is no longer just a witness to chaos. He's the one framing it, giving it meaning. His freedom isn't escape, it's authorship. Cidade de Deus shows us that even in a place where life feels predetermined by poverty and violence, freedom survives in the act of seeing, of choosing how to tell your own story. Buscapé's answer is not triumphant, but modest, an act of witnessing, of claiming authorship over his own gaze. Through him, the film affirms that freedom is never absent, only obscured by fear, violence, and social myth. Sartre's philosophy might have been born in post-war Paris, but in the streets of the City of God, it finds its most cinematic truth. Freedom isn't something we are given, it's something we fight to imagine. Unfortunately though, some have to fight harder than others. Thank you for watching this video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you want to keep track of other videos. Don't hesitate to leave a comment or to contact me if you want to know more. See you next time!